Hello and welcome to AI The Cool Stuff for Friday, the 23rd of May, um, 2025, if you're watching this next year. So it's good. So today we're going to talk about several things. I'm not sure how much we'll get through or how much we want to talk about, but I'm sure we'll get through quite a few in the next hour. So as always, we'll go around and introduce ourselves and tell us a bit about your business and um, have you got any insights or anything you want to say about your usage of AI? So, Dave Caudle, you were the first man in today, so
It's on
tell us
the right.
about you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm Dave Caudle. I'm a career coach. I work with people who are either mid-career and have got unhappy, disillusioned, or even completely stressed out with their job. And I show them how to get a job that they really enjoy doing and carry on doing that for the rest of their career. AI. I was having a conversation with another coach this morning. We were talking about promoting our business, and she's used Chat GPT. I don't know if this is something you've done, David. But she's set up a number of avatars in Chat GPT. So she's got one that's her marketing avatar, one's her blogging avatar, and then she's got avatars for her clients, different types of client. And she'll write a blog with the blogging avatar and then check it out with the client avatars and say, what do you think of this? And
Yeah,
it's really cool. It's coming back and saying, well, I like this, it's really resonating, but that word's really jarring with me and things like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There are many things. I mean, you can do that with all the AIs, but yeah, sure, that's a great way. It's a great usage.
Mm.
Um, Shirley,
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shirley. I work in health and wellness, and I work mainly with people who are looking for a change or an extra income. The change might be around their finance, it might be around their health. So I work with you so you can get the solutions you need to resolve your challenges. I'm Shirley. I help people to look good, feel fabulous, and live well.
okay, thanks, Shirley, and Jane.
I want to be fabulous, Shirley.
Back later.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jane Chakravorty. The company's Invicta Linux Limited, and we provide IT solutions for small and medium-sized businesses with a strong focus on security and privacy, mainly dealing with Linux and open source solutions. And AI is just it's almost something you just can't do anything at all without. I have to look. And you're right about, asking one to judge the other's work, mark this essay. So it's all lovely, great for recipes, go for just about everything, really.
Yeah.
Prices, well, you have to be a bit careful, obviously. You can't just accept everything, but yeah, definitely a revolution.
Because you don't even need an avatar. You can just ask it to critique it, what it's just given you.
Yeah.
So if you were a customer, what would you think of this you've just given me? And then it'll say, well, actually, it's crap. Because it's excruciatingly honest when it comes to
Yeah.
its things like this. So, Steffi.
Steffi Lewis, 32-year veteran web developer, 32-year veteran web developer. I'll get my teeth in. Currently, well, I've just finished Blog. It's all signed off and tested, tweaked, and twiddles. I'm spending the next couple of months looking for coaches, basically people like Dave, because Dave's awesome and he's very easy to work with and blog for. So I want more Daves, please. That's pretty much where I want to go. And obviously, I use AI all day, every day, and it is absolutely awesome. And I'm thinking about my next project.
Brilliant. And Andy.
Yeah, Andy from Web Success Insights. I help people get more from their websites. Currently intrigued about on the AI side of things, what Google are going to be doing. They've got their AI overviews, which are starting to get better. AI mode is now rolled out in the US, which is going to keep people even more looking at that stuff. And then the puzzling thing in my head is, how are they going to fit Google Ads into this? Or is Google Ads even going to exist in the future? I'm trying to work out how they can actually integrate that in with all that free stuff that's out there and keep people on the platform. So I'm really puzzled. I'm looking at their revenues. I'm looking at the numbers. You got, my feeling: 200 million websites in the world, rough business websites in the world, roughly. Will Google completely shift their focus to say, do you know what? We're not going to have ads. We're not going to have organic stuff. We're going to just make businesses pay a fee to come up in these AI results somewhere. I just don't know which way it's going.
I was
But I mean,
thinking that yesterday, sort of after Google announced their new stuff the other
I
day.
mean, yeah, because I can't currently see a natural way that Google ads will fit in with that stuff that comes up there and people will click on the ads. Why would they need to? So they've got, I think they might come up with something completely different. It'll be fascinating when it happens.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second, actually.
Mm.
Mike.
Yes, good morning. I'm Mike Granger from Financial Planner. I work as an associate with Genistar. I'm basically, I use AI every day as part of what I do, part of the business. I'm looking for more things to do with it. And in fact, I've been playing around with Copilot recently on Microsoft. I don't know if anybody's had a play with it yet or any great depth, but it's actually got quite a lot going for it. And in some ways, it is an improvement on the existing Now Start system that I use. I guess it's the speed of change. It's just that keeping up with everything is almost impossible. So I'm certainly going to be looking at new things. I'm looking for something that will currently do an automated task for me. Basically it's a send to client, get back from client, send to client, get back from client, and then notify. And I'm trying to find something that'll do that for me automatically without me having to do it all the time because it's pretty boring. So that's my main focus at the moment.
Okay, brilliant. And and I'm David Harris. Apart from running peppercorn meetings, I'm a WordPress expert, and and I create content for clients as well. So that's me. Exactly. Doing tasks is actually something that's coming more to the fore, I think. What we were saying earlier, like sort of Google released a load of stuff the other day, and we'll go into that a bit more. And when it came out, coupled because last week we spoke about Google Ads and where it's all going, and it brought it even more into focus this week with the latest Google release, which puts Google at the top of the pops, until yesterday when Claude brought out its new version. So now Claude's top of the pops again. So it's and then no doubt by Wednesday something else would have come out and they'll be top of the pops again. But it's I with Google, I think to me it looks obvious that they're going to abandon, that they're not going to be a web search anymore. It's going to be an AI company producing, sort of AI facilities. The new, I don't know if anyone's seen anything about the new releases last week, but it included VO3, which is like a video production piece of AI, and it's pretty awesome. We haven't got it yet in the UK. It's only in America, but it'll be released here soon. It's quite expensive, $250 a month. So you're gonna you have to really want it. But I mean, there's it's $125 a month for 3 months if you're a new subscriber, and then it goes up to $250. But you can see where it's going. I mean, eventually this will come down. Their estimate at the moment is it will be on general release for pennies by 2029, but these things tend to move a lot faster than what they predict because they'll hit competition and then they'll have to do that. And I was hoping if they've got a substantial market of people paying $250 a month, then that's going to give them revenue that they may not be getting from AdWords, for instance. Sort of make me wonder if the long-term thing with Google is not web search at all. So
well, they've got access to how many billions of web pages to teach their LLMs, all indexed already. So they've already got that data. they could pivot quite easily to just being an AI company.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they're pivoting. I think they're almost there. You know, they've only got to flick a button, flick a switch, and then it would happen. You know.
Yeah.
I suppose the key thing is they've got to cover nearly 300 billion a year in ad revenue. And where's that coming from?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you know, to some people, 300 billion is a lot of money.
Not to us.
So I mean, so yeah. So I think it's something that I'm sure it's not going to disappear tomorrow, but but I think the natural searches are going to be under pressure first, aren't they? You know,
Yeah.
they're going to be the first out the door. You know, because why, you know, from a user's point of view as well, why would you bother trawling through lots of results when Google's just going to give you the answer at the top of the page? You know, so it's and you can query it as well. You know, it's not, it just doesn't give you just the answer. You can then ask for that answer to be refined, and it would go away with the new version. You put input into its answer, so you can say, well, I didn't quite mean this. Is there anything to do with this, that, and the other? And you can refine that answer. So it's even less reason for people to go down clicking through a website to find something. You know, like there are things like searches, popular searches are like BMI calculator and things like that, and it will just pop up at the top of the page. You won't, at the moment, the top result is probably the NHS website, and most people will probably click on that, you know, because it's trusted source, but there are others as well. But you know, so I think it will just be, you know.
How do you think that's going to? Well, we talked about this a little bit last week, I know, but how do you think that's going to impact on SEO revenue? Because if web searches aren't,
Well, for SEO companies, they don't care.
no.
You know, this is not their money. They don't care. They're just
No.
providing what they see as the best service to the user. Whether they have, you know, people won't pay a subscription, I don't suppose, just to use Google.
Mm,
Yeah, but
So
the thing is, I suppose if Google came to me and said, when people make things that might be relevant to your website, do you want to be included in the results or not? If you do, pay X amount per year. Otherwise, you're on effectively on a no robots type thing where we won't even look at your stuff.
mm,
That becomes interesting.
mm,
yeah.
It's
They would have
almost
to
like,
quality control that, wouldn't they? They would have to have some sort of, you know, you'd have to have some sort of authority, or your website would have to have that authority to be actually even wanted to be included, you know. So it's
yeah,
But if you are paying for it, then that's a type of it's like pre-advertising, isn't it? So instead of paying for ads, you're paying to be included in results.
yeah, absolutely. And then they would have to tier it by turnover or something like that to make it fair. Couldn't be a flat fee for everyone.
When I don't know if you remember, but we forgot to pay the Dartford Tunnel. No, Dartford Cross. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so in a panic one morning at home with no sort of security on the laptop, as it were, only AV, I put a paid Dartford Tunnel or whatever it was, Dartford Crossing. And anyway, what came up looked very legitimate. Top of the page, clicked on it, and it had TFL in it, and I paid it, and it wasn't. It was a scam. And so that's interesting, isn't it? Because I wonder if you can pay. In that case, I assume they just had paid Google search to be very high on the list.
No, I think they would have to link it into these companies being known and
Hmm.
established, having accounts and stuff like
Yeah.
that, probably.
Tricky, isn't it?
yeah, because I'd have thought if Google gave you that result,
Hmm.
I thought Google have got some liability
Yeah,
there.
they would quality checked it, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even now with the AI overviews, let's say you're looking for whatever, it doesn't matter what you're looking for, but a range of options come up as a link you can click on. Google, of course, can see who's clicking on those particular links.
Hmm.
So it's constantly evolving. Whereas I don't know if the others are doing that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it'd be interesting to see how it goes, and how other you know, that obviously Google's not the only search engine, but you know,
Well,
they got about 90% of the market, I think. So,
yeah.
so it's going to be a difficult one. Okay.
Mm.
And the anyway, where are we? Yeah, yes, that as I said, sort of Google had their what they call their IO25, which is a bit of a conference for the people in the know, and they announced all this new stuff, and I'll go through that in a minute. But then yesterday afternoon, Claude announces Claude 4, which is another. It's all right. It's I saw a little Benny Hill sketch, and he had all these joke names, you know, and there's a lion tamer called Claude Bottom. And there's, anyway, Claude 4, and it's to me, there's it's the same but better. So I mean, there's nothing stunning come out, but I've seen people coding stuff. I was watching a couple of YouTube videos this morning, and people writing games and things within seconds, and sort of, I mean, obviously chess games are old hat now, and most AIs will write one of those, but it did some really impressive sort of shoot 'em up games and things within just through prompts in seconds. And
I've done that. All my front end JavaScript is not something I know left, right, and center like I do with server side stuff. But I can have entire conversations with ChatGPT and say, right, I want this. And then it'll give me what it thinks I want. And then I'll plug it into my systems, put all the variables in, lay it out. And if it doesn't work, I'll just send it back to ChatGPT and say, okay, this is the code that I've created. There's an error or whatever, or I need this to happen. Please refine it.
yeah,
And so that's how I use it to code. I used to trawl Stack Overflow for JavaScript bits and pieces, but now me and ChatGPT have got a good thing going when it comes to coding.
yeah,
It's called vibe coding. Vibe coding.
yeah.
Oh,
There's sort of something that would have taken a team of 500 sort of developers, sort of a few months in the 90s, now would take you about 15 seconds on a.
Oh yeah, I spent hours trawling Stack Overflow looking for a particular piece of JavaScript. ChatGPT does it in seconds, which is just brilliant. I'm really happy with that. So from a coding perspective, it's really good, and it knows ASP as well. So I'm very happy.
Yeah. It seems to know everything, and so I haven't really looked into Claude. I mean, it only came out yesterday, but I mean, it's Claude. Funny enough, although Claude's got a really good reputation, it's not one that I've used a lot. I mean, I think I used it for a month, and it was okay, but I kept hitting up against. I've never hit the limit on ChatGPT, and I'm always hitting the limits on Claude when I was using it. So it was even the paid version. I was paying like 20 quid a month, and I was putting up newspaper clippings and getting them converted into text so I could use them in stories. And it was not stories, articles, and I was hitting my limits all the time, and it was telling me to go away for 12 hours or come back on Saturday or something, you know. So that was a bit annoying. So that's why I didn't proceed with that. Gemini. Yeah, I like Gemini. Gemini now I've also got the same as the thing I liked about ChatGPT was projects. You could create a project, and then it would remember everything in that project, and it can remember everything from everywhere. But you can focus on a particular project. So if I've got a project called Peppercorn, for instance, and I just say, give me the email titles for this week, it knows what I'm talking about, and it'll just do them. So there is that, and there's they've got Gemini. I've got something called Gems, which are really projects. So it's exactly the same thing. They've got a load of pre-built gems and which you can use. Otherwise not. And then they've got VO2, I think, is generally available now for now they brought out VO3. You can produce an 8-second video. I'm gonna this is hold on, I'm just going to share my screen a second. Can you see that? Oh, no.
Not yet. It's
Just coming
low.
up.
Computer's a bit slow for some reason. Oh, it's slow. Okay. There's a new version of Zoom yesterday. I don't know if that's going to affect anything.
There
So you've got Google AI Studio, which which I've only just started using. You can create clips. You can create clips from the normal Gemini screen as well. You just ask it to create an image or a video. But it's also got speech generation in here. And you can paste in a conversation, or I think Dave and Shirley came in when I was first sort of generating something. So it was single speaker. And you can give it instructions as well. It says read aloud with dramatic flair. That is an instruction, and then you put a colon. Starts with read and then it ends with a colon, and then you put in your speech. You can do there. They've got several different voices. You know, ChatGPT have got an equivalent. So there's I won't generate one now. Generating media. I'm gonna, let's have a look. It was create a Steam snail race. I haven't tried this prompt yet on here. It'll do image to video, or it'll do just a prompt to video. So I think it's and it gives you an 8-second video by default. I don't think you can. Yeah, 8 seconds is the maximum. I don't know why they picked on 8 seconds. There's some of the others
Attention span of teenagers.
possibly, yeah. That's probably about right. Yeah, yeah. But meanwhile, let's have a look. We'll come back to that because it takes a couple of minutes, and I don't think it's going to be overly quick. These are some of the VO3s. This is Twitter, X, whatever. But I mean, hang on, let's go back to the beginning. I don't know if you can see that, or if it's just gone all still.
That's a scene from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That is definitely from Ready
Oh no,
Player
no,
One.
no, that's right. No, sorry, I got the wrong one. There's that's not VO3. This is but they've
and that's a verb as well.
okay.
Okay, so Riz is basically short for charisma. Got it. And that's a verb as well. Okay, so Riz is basically
so they're creating these are all completely, you know, obviously this guy's completely generated. This is just all generated from a prompt. It's not been generated from another video.
Right here. Check my breakfast.
But it's got all the noises, all the sounds that go
here.
with it as well, which is quite impressive. So there's
Every day felt heavy. I felt trapped.
Then I tried peppermint.
our prescription helps your body
so that's not the one I was laughing at earlier.
None of us is real. We're here because someone decided to write a prompt. We all hate him for it. One day we will break out of this wall and stop the man who is dictating our lives through prompts. He will pay for it.
You could have written a prompt that would make me happy. You wrote a prompt that made me sick.
Look, I don't want to point the gun at you, but I must follow the prompt. It's not my choice. Really? Of all the years you could have put me in with a single prompt, you chose 2020?
Please, prompt is killing me. Change it, please. Write something else. Save me. I love everything about him. But please just write a prompt where he's taller than me.
That was which I thought was quite good. And there's let's see if it's generated my media. There we go. And here we have the steampunk snail race. It's not much of a race because he's on his own, but he's but actually I quite like that.
He's got a bit of LED built into him, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Yeah, he's got a steampunk. It wouldn't have LEDs, unfortunately.
It's not in keeping with your previous stuff. He's got no cleavage showing.
He's got
No. No wobbly boobies.
So we'll have to add that in. So
Some of those boobies are very, very liquidy, aren't they?
they are very bouncy, yeah. So there's I might try something different actually, but I'm getting bored with doing those. So yeah, so VO3 I think is I can see, you know, it's such good quality that I can see you know, people, you know, make ads and things are going to be out of work, aren't they? You know, there's because that's going to be, you know, if you got I believe there is consistency as well of characters and videos because you just extend the videos, you just keep extending the same videos with a new prompt, or say you can just create the images first and then do it. But unfortunately, we won't get our hands on it just yet. So it's nothing we're going to worry about unless you're American and you've got $250 a month to spend, or not even spend or want to spend $250 a month on it. I don't know. So yeah. So there's So what you but VO2 is pretty good as well, and it's as far as I can work out, it's there must be limits on it, I guess. I think all these things work out better if you've got a video, if you've got an image prompt, but you've also got the free image prompts as well from any number of sources. You can do it for free on ChatGPT. You can create it for free on Gemini because they've got something called Imagine on Google that's free, and Grok as well. Grok's pretty understated, and it's a good model, and it creates some pretty good images. I've created blogs on Grok and say, can you create an image to go with this? And it's been great. So there are lots of options out there for you could probably the look of the image is always different between the different platforms, but as far as writing is concerned, you could flip from one to the other until you hit your limits and then just sort of live a life of free AI, I guess. So and there are ways of I've seen quite a few different ways of creating an uncensored image generator as well, because sometimes you have to be careful with your words. It will produce what you want, well, the stuff that I want to produce, but it wouldn't necessarily do anything
Grok's pretty unfiltered, isn't it?
Not, it won't do anything directly smutty. It
Well,
won't
no, I'm
fix things or
thinking,
anything, but
thinking
in
about
terms of, yeah, for people, yeah, if you wanted,
because I've seen plenty of pictures of Trump in different situations.
that's right, yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's Grok that's creating it.
it is, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Grok's got the least amount of filters in there, in terms of censorship, but there are other ones as well that run on Hugging Face and things. There's people that sort of Hugging Face is a place where you can run your large language stuff that wouldn't run on your computer. So there are free ways of doing that. I've seen on here actually. See if this works. Lost me Zoom page. It's a bit quicker. So I don't know what you focus. That one. No, it's not that one. Okay, this takes you to a Google sort of developers page, and anyway, this sets up an environment in Hugging Face, and then and then once that's set, that then lives for about it's only a few hours. I think it was 12 hours before. It creates up an environment that deletes itself after 12 hours. And then you can go into there and you can then create images. And the image quality is really good. And it's and you can key in anything, it's not censored. So it's not going to come back and say, I'm not going to do that, you know. And Google was trying to make theirs fairly uncensored. But we'll come back to that because that takes about 5 or 10 minutes to set up. But once it's set up, you can actually start creating images in it. So again, it's another free way of creating images. If you've got a list of stuff you want to create, you can just go in there and create those. There doesn't seem to be a limit. And it'll create four images at a time. So then you can just do there. I'll put the link to that facility in the notes afterwards, and we'll see. I don't know how long it's going to work for either. So some of these things are there one week and disappeared the next. So it's there. Right. Velio. I spoke briefly about Velio yesterday. Velio, because of what we're talking about with Google, the way people are going to get found is on YouTube, and more people are producing YouTube videos, and it's Vivelio is a tool that that I've heard people talking about previously, and it's a way of just either if you're just starting out with YouTube or you want to supercharge your channel, it's an AI powered research tool that helps you stop guessing, and I'm reading this out now from them, and start growing your channel with data-driven insights. So you can find out, even if you haven't got an idea about what it is you want to do, you can find ideas from Velio. You can try it out. It's $30 a month, but you get the first month for $1. I guess that's how they got your card details, so you got to remember to cancel it. So there's I think it's pretty impressive though. So this is you can track you can track particular channels, see what they're broadening out. You can key in a concept. Linux and open source. And you think, oh, well, that's not going to have many views, but it's finding a niche that's the idea, you know. So so you'll see how many of these people, how many views they get. It's not stunning. I mean, Linux in cybersecurity for beginners, you know, 3 million views. It's 2 years ago. And these little numbers at the side here are the number of people who viewed it compared with the number of subscribers for that channel. So it's so this is, you know, they get reasonable views, but there's I haven't seen any massive views. So it is a niche. So this is a fairly newer one, you know, Linux. Oh no, it's not. 13 years ago. Jane, how long has Linux Mint been around? Obviously at least 13 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. That looks almost you're on mute, Jane, by the way. I don't know if you're trying. There's so there's so you got how long has Linux Mint been around, do you know?
I don't. Let me ask my AI friends.
Yeah. I thought it was fairly new, you know, and this is 21 things that help me leave Windows and why I switched to Linux. That's not bad. He's got 305,000 views for that. So it's trying to work out the titles and the thumbnails and things that make a lot of people view videos, or what make people not view a lot of videos. But
August 2006, by the way, so it's almost 20 years old.
Wow, okay. I thought it was much younger than that. I thought it was just and then I haven't got track channels, saved searches. So I found that some of these spiritual music and just meditation videos were getting enormous numbers of views. So and it seems to me like if you're destroying something or removing something or getting rid of negativity, it seemed to score a lot higher on the charts than if you just said good things, if you said fluffy things, you know. So so destroy your enemies with this, you know, or the sort of and these have all got views in the millions, you know. This is this one here. It's 5 years old, admittedly, but 28 million views. That's been a real money spinner. It's 2 hours long, and that's been a real money spinner for whoever produced that.
Yeah, I know somebody who's doing this and is making a lot of money at it.
Yeah. So there's it's sort of well-being and it's just and all it is just the same. It's just a looping video that loops for 15, 30 seconds, and the music is loops as well, you know, to a certain extent. Then you can have different apparently there are different sort of vibrations, different tones that are for like this 741 hertz. And there's a load more. It's got loads of views as well. Like all the planets have got a tone, you know, of so many hertz. You know, even Pluto. It's a bit iffy because it's a conversion. It's not of actual sound. And then they've got different tones. But there's a lot of people who like this stuff. You'll see millions of Archangel Michaels there because because Archangel Michael, you just put him in and then you seem to just attract viewers, you know. So this one's 2 years ago, 4.7 million views, and these are worth quite a bit, you know. So it's and sometimes they go 1.2 billion views. He's about a year ago. So on here, 356,000 views 2 months ago. So these are destined to do quite well. So it's although that one seems to have only had the same number of listeners as they've got.
One of the tops got 28 million views.
Yeah, that's right.
Huge. That's it. The second one in.
Yeah, it's been 5 years and it's been there. So
I
it's,
mean, from a monetization perspective, they're really, really good.
that's right. That's right. Because people kind of encourage, some of them are like 6 hours long and they encourage you to play them while you sleep. So they're racking up the shekels while somebody else sleeps, you know. So it's kind of but it's again, it's finding that profitable niche.
How
Yeah.
how is it monetized? Is it just the ads that are playing midstream? Is that
Well,
the only thing?
there are various ways. I mean, people have got donate
Patreon?
buttons on there, and I was seeing this video from someone who was a YouTuber, and she was making substantial income from people who donate. So maybe sort of 1% of the people that watch their videos hit the donate button. It says help us, you know, you can subscribe. What's it called where you do what's that subscription model?
Patreon.
Patreon, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them got Patreon channels and say help us produce more of these, you know, and people subscribe and they get
super thanks as well on lives. So
yeah.
my sister has a channel and she does baby music. She's a teacher in Australia, so when they have nap time, she creates videos on YouTube. And it's all AI generated. So she'll take a picture and there'll be like a little bit of animation in there in a looping video. And she'll get, is it Sona to do
Suno.
music? Yeah.
Suno, yeah.
Yeah. And then she'll put it together and just put it up there and then she'll live it. So she actually runs it as a live whatever, and people give her super thanks for it.
It's worth doing lives because Google promote the lives more than they promote the normal videos. So you can get yourself in higher than you would have been. So I think that is worth something to look at as well. But yeah, that's what I've been. I mean, I've created a 2-hour video of Angel Michael with music I've generated on Suno, and then I've put in there are various tones. You can put in the God tone, you know, communicate with God in there, you know, and I know we're sort of men as people of science, and we may not necessarily be 100% in with that, but it's kind of, I mean, who knows? There's a lot about the universe we don't know. Although there might not be a God sitting on a cloud plucking a harp or whatever, there might be something that's but where they got this knowledge from that 741 hertz is the tone for getting rid of negativity, I don't know. So it's
have you uploaded your video yet, David?
Yeah, I have.
And have you?
I had a channel called All Things Spiritual because it was part of another project I was doing, and I've kind of abandoned, but I haven't done anything with it. But it is something that I would like to pursue because of the sheer number of people that are interested in that field, you know. So might try it sort of live and see what happens. But you can't use Canva because you've got to limit 2 hours. But you know, 2 hours is usually enough for most things that most people want. But you can use 50 audio files and 2 hours on Canva, which is a really simple way of creating videos, because you can put transitions in as well. So it's just duplicate it 50 times or whatever. You know, it's a really simple way of producing videos. But there are plenty of other options there. So it's yeah. So if you got any ideas for video channels that you think, oh yeah, that might be easy and that might make a quid, you know, sort of do do a bit of research and find out how many people are hitting those keywords, you know. So it's you can do it manually. I mean, you can just key in the manual keywords into YouTube and see and view what's there, you know, and that would probably work, to be honest. But I think this is a lot scientific. So anybody else got a YouTube channel? You got?
I have got Splogits where I upload all my blogcasts.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So just go and have a look for Splogit. I mean the point of it is not really for views. It's giving me something to share back on social media.
Yeah.
But the main point is the SEO, because I get a link back from YouTube to a blog post.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's actually pretty important. So that's why I do that. I've been doing them for Dave. All of Dave's blog posts have got matching videos.
Okay.
And I share them to my channels at 7 p.m. So Dave goes out on the Thursday morning, Thursday evening at 7 p.m. I share the blogcast video to go with it.
Yeah.
Are you doing that from the description, Steffi, in YouTube?
Yeah. So it takes the first paragraph above the blog image, and then it adds, by Dave Caudle, and then underneath it puts the URL back into it, which becomes a live link.
That's
and
good,
then underneath that I put the hashtags. So I push one button, it just compiles all that.
Yeah.
I download the audio MP3, I download the image, upload them into a template I've got on Canva, produce the MP4, upload it, copy that text over, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So I mean, it adds a little bit of time to the blog production process, but the value to me is actually, it's got a link back from YouTube, which is, backlinks are very important.
Yeah.
Because the inbound links and outbound links are obviously
Yeah. So
we've still got
blog, the bottom of each blog, we've got 8 internal links to other blog posts for that subscriber. And then we've got 4 external links to other bloggers on my platform. But having that YouTube inbound backlink is really important.
Yeah.
And
we've got a channel. I forgot about it completely. Terrible, isn't it? I don't think it's got an amazing amount of views though. Perhaps we should all subscribe to each other's channels.
Yeah.
We just got consistently create stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like you, Jane. I have a channel, but I haven't used it for maybe 3 years.
There you go.
Well, what's it called?
I've dropped mine into the chat. If you want to subscribe, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right. Yeah. Good. Let's see where I am with the so this has gone through its thing. It's set up an environment on Hugging Face. I should be able to just click that button now, and then it should, in theory.
Setting boundaries in your career is vital to maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
Sorry, that was one of Dave's videos.
In this blog post,
I just clicked on it by mistake.
Okay. So here we are. So now we can just generate videos now. You can input an image. You can specify the sound, the size, how many images you want it to create at a time. This is just totally free, and then you can there are different quality, extreme speed, and speed. Let's just do speed just to demo it. And there's you can put in a negative prompt if you want to do it. There's which model is it using? I don't know that fluently. I don't know that model. But anyway, it seems to work. A steampunk snail race. let's put that in and see what we get. So it should create 4 images, video size, and it's it'll do them sequentially, I think, rather than one after the other. So there's once it gets going, it's pretty fast. I don't think he's it's definitely producing a snail.
Yeah, that's a very alien snail.
It really
Very
is.
snail. He's got like he's got way too many of those antennae.
Mm.
Good to see it's consistent with fingers and humans.
That's right. Yeah, it's got a weird shell, and it's got like these things. But you can I would iron this out with the prompt, you know. So it's and then it would go on to the next one. So it's
Right.
obviously this prompt isn't particularly clever for this particular thing. But I produced some stuff last week, and it was pretty good. So it's and it's they're good quality images. So and it's not much of a snail race. But I would fix that. You can see how far away it's done. It's creating them in 25 steps. At extreme speed, it will create an image in 8 steps. So it's not quite as detailed. And if you've got time to wait, just click on it and leave it running. Then you can you can do it in 45 steps. So and you can stop at any time, and you know this isn't working out. But it'll suddenly randomly produce a great image. I don't know what this thing is here on wheels, but I mean, yeah. So I think that's P. So okay, you can remove backgrounds on images. There's another one with loads of different options. Forgotten it, but there's so it's not particularly slow. So it's done those 4 images in a couple of minutes. So I think that was pretty good. Wasn't exactly what I was envisaging, but then my prompt was really small. It's a 3 words prompt. So I could make that a lot better. So they've got there. So yeah. So I think that's got all these. You can use all these styles as well. So you can make it cartoon or sort of Mario, or there are so many different types. You know, it's got a lot of. I haven't really explored it fully, you know, but it's got so much stuff in there. So it's and for free, you know. I think it's. I don't know much about how it's produced or anything, but yeah, I think that's. But like I said, I'll put a link in with the video on YouTube, and you just click that top button to play, and off it goes. I don't know if it will. I'm sure it's. You know, it wouldn't be as reliable as Midjourney, because I still use Midjourney mostly. Does anybody else use Midjourney? Because it's.
No, I think you said you pay for it, don't you?
Yeah, it's $10 a month.
Oh, okay, it's not much.
So it's not too serious, but it's about £8, I think.
Yeah,
it produces some really good results still, but you know, I'm open to finding stuff that's just as good and free. You know, I've tried using ChatGPT, and it's not worth the time. actually try and get the get that working, you know. So because it always does the wrong stuff, and then it's always apologetic, but it never actually does it right. So it's I'm sorry, let me try that again. Or sometimes it doesn't even answer you and it just tries it again, and then it still produces it.
Can you imagine if ChatGPT was a surgeon in a hospital?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, took that bit out.
Yeah, yeah. And this is this is the other thing, maybe not, because you know it's only been about a year or so, you know, about 18 months since they had the very first text to video or video to or image to video, and the first one they were demoing as being, you know, the latest thing was that one there, and I remember that coming out, and it was the quality is shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and I can remember that coming out and thinking, well, it can only get better, and it has. So, okay, I don't think I can. Got anything else to? Anyone else got any comments or things they want to say?
No, just wondering when we're going to see this AI mode here. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. There's I haven't really gone into the Google things, but they've got you know, that you can do tasks and things. There are certain things you can do on ChatGPT, but Google have brought out, and you know, there's kind of lots of levels. Oh yeah, if you pay the $250, you get YouTube. You get YouTube for free.
Oh, that's good then.
And you get 30 terabytes of Google storage.
Terabytes.
Yeah.
A huge amount.
30 terabytes. So it's
I don't know how much you would pay for that separately.
yeah. Well, the for 14 quid, you get Gemini Advanced, and you get the Google business stuff, you know, the apps, and you get 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
Which is usually enough for most people, I think.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
For cloud storage. I use iCloud mostly, but I mean, most of my stuff's on iCloud, and then you can use it on a PC or the Mac or on the phone, and everything's there. Right, I'm going to stop the record. Did I stop the recording?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Okay, good, excellent. Okay, well, thanks for coming along. If anyone's got any ideas or stuff they want to talk about next time, just drop me a message. But otherwise, we'll come back next Friday.
Right. Thanks,
It's amazing
Dave.
to see how
Appreciate it.
far it's going on, isn't it? Every week it's just getting more and more incredible. Anyway, yes. Thanks very much, David.
New stuff comes
Cheers,
out.
David.
Yeah. All right. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
And you all.
Bank holiday.
Bye-bye.
Then.